Hello everybody and welcome to week number 8. We're getting close to the end of the half of the school year in terms of music, and we are now working on applying music symbols through different musical notes. We have 5 of them this week. We have C, D, E, F, G. And as you notice right here for the weekly assignment, please write 4 measures of music using the symbols quarter note, 2/8 notes, and the rest, and placing them on C through G in 4/4 time. Alright, so that being said, let's go on to the finale notepad and we'll get a little idea of what you should be doing. Now let me go ahead and make this just a little bit larger because sometimes that helps a little bit. This is over to 100%. There we go. This is much larger and can probably see things a little bit better. Now, just to go and get ourselves started, I'll just go ahead and put the C, D, E, F, G the way it's set up on this. Whoops. And I'll undo that. Let's go back to this again. C, and then D, then E, F, and G. Alright, and those are the 5 positions where your note should be. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just finish off this measure just so we can go ahead and get on to some other ones. Although a measure like this would be would actually be appropriate. It is in 4/4 time. This is one beat right here with 2 of them. Here's another 2, that's another beat. Here's an 8th note and an 8th rest. That's a beat and then 2/8 rests. Now, it would not be appropriate for this week because I did not ask for this style of rest. So, that would be a new thing for everybody, but for right now we're just going to finish that up so we can go and do everything over here on this measure and one after that. So that being said, knowing that we have those 5 positions we can play with, I'm going to go ahead and put a note here. And remember, this is all random, so it could be all kinds of different places you can place these notes. And I'm going to put 2 8th notes here and back to a quarter note again. Put that down on C. And another option you have could be something like this. And then a rest. And, something like that. This is basically everything that you need to know for this week. And obviously I did 1, 2, 3 measures here, and the weekly assignment is to do 4. But as you can see, you can see how these all fit in together. Let me go ahead and get my arrow or my cursor back here. I think it might be this right here. Yeah, okay. And you can see where all the notes are and they're in between the bar lines here. And you have 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, and the rest makes 4. Now, remember, you can always listen to how this all works. You can hear how the 8th notes are to be played or how fast they go in relation to the quarter notes just by listening to it. Now, here's something too. If right here I have this measure that's written, but it's just to show you the 5 positions your notes can be in from C all the way to G. But if you don't want to start here, you can start right here on measure 2. There's this little box right here that lets you start on measure 2 and then hit the play button. And you can hear how it all sounds. It should be pretty loud. Oops. And I apologize for the feedback on that. Let's try this one more time. I'm going to go ahead and turn up the volume just a little bit more. No, I'm still getting feedback on this. And that's okay. We're going to try it from there. Let's see how this thing sounds from measure 2. And of course, after you play it, you should stop it because it'll keep on going for the length of measures that you have there. Now here's something to think about as well. I'm going to get this closer so you can hear this a little bit better. I'm going to close Finale Notepad and open up another page just so you can regulate the number of measures it sets up for you, because sometimes it might have pages and pages. And if you look on this, it says page 2, In fact, 2 pages of a whole bunch of measures, and maybe you don't even want all those. So there are ways to get rid of them, or ways to set things up so you don't have as many. So I'm going to go ahead and close this off. It's probably going to ask me if I want to save it, and I'm going to tell it no. Then I'm going to open a new one, and you can see that it comes up to the same window again. So I'm going to go ahead and put week 8, and composer, I'm going to put Mr. L, and keep it at portrait. Go to next, click on piano, add, next, 4/4 time. Now take a look before I leave here. This is all okay, but where it says number of measures 31, think about how many days you're going to be doing this. You're going to be doing this for 5 days and 4 measures a piece. That's about 20 measures total. So maybe that's all you want is 20 measures. So put 20, and that's all it'll do. Now, all you do is finish, and everything is there with 20 measures. Now, you'll still have 2 pages, but it will be only up to 20 measures. You can see how here's the 20th measure right here. It's a big, fat, long one because it's trying to get it all the way to the end of the line. But that's how that's all set up. And when you start putting your music in here, it will start adjusting. So maybe that fat measure at the end may be a little bit different looking. All right. And when you play the items that you create, it will go through all 20 measures before it stops. Now, let's see for the repeat. Let's see. Let's go ahead and just try this one time here. All right, and it's going to be starting to measure 1, repeat 1, and I think it's possible that it will stop there, but I don't know. We'll just go ahead and check and see. No, it won't stop there. All right, so let's just stop that right here. Make it go back. And if you hit this rewind button, it only goes back a measure at a time. If you want to go back to the beginning, you have to click on this line right here. Okay, so that's just a extra little bit of information about some options for Finale Notepad. It's really a simple program, but it can also give you a lot of help on many things. And just a final reminder too about this. Remember, this is bass clef, and we will not be doing bass clef things until the second half of this class, which is week number 10 forward. All right. So that being said, I am going to finish off for the week and just go back to the week window and just kind of scroll down over here and just give you this little site here, the sfskids.org. Visit that site. It has some good information. Go into the basics, and it says here the basics. This will give you some reviews on certain things. It'll show you some things about how subdivision is done with musical notes and so on. And well, anyway, maybe I'll just make another video for you all and just have that site visited for you. But I'm also going to put on the announcements page that it's a site to visit because it does have some really cool things on it. Well, maybe I'll just go ahead and visit the site. Let's see. I think we have a little bit of time here to get onto it and just kind of navigate through it just really quick to show you where it would be a good place to go to, because it what this is put on by is the San Francisco Symphony, and it put this site together for kids who are trying to find out information about music in general. And it does run with music. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and skip that. And let's see. It's a nice little introduction. Alrighty. Let me run this. It'll probably ask you about running the ActiveX control. It's just a little quirky on that, but for the most part, it's a very, very simple program on here. And when you get to this page, it says go to the basics, it talks about all these notes and subdivisions. It might be a nice little place to practice with some of the musical knowledge that you're gaining. It's a real neat site. But if we go in here and go into the basics, it talks about tempo, rhythm, pitch, harmony, and a lot of it is very interactive, so it'll show things for you as you go through. And if there are questions, it has ways for you to get them answered. But it talks about harmony, it talks about tempo, rhythm, pitch. Very, very cool place. All right. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get off of this and let you know that that was it for this week. If there are any questions, please be sure to contact me at the information given here at the bottom of the page, or you can email me through IQ Arizona, and I think it's tlavario at iqarizona.com, and I'll be available all week. And this number down here, I'm available from 3:15 onward pretty much every day except for Mondays and Wednesdays when I do the Illuminate sessions. All right. Well, thank you very much. Have a good week, and we'll talk to you during the next Illuminate session. Let me go ahead and get this taken care of so we can shut this off.